Hi there. I am Dory Stowe with Prairie Scraps, and it is Monday here in Idaho, and my hair is maybe looking terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm always behind. I have a rough start every Monday. Mondays are not my day. I usually try not to schedule anything on Mondays because I know that my Monday, what I look like on Mondays, it's not pretty. So anybody else have struggles on Mondays? I don't know. I have so many things to get my day going and then it's crazy. So, if you watched late last night, I did a resin pour and now it's been more than 12 hours since I did that resin pour. So I'm going to do another layer of resin. This is my first time. I am definitely learning from my mistakes. And so, I invited you along for the stay, for the mistakes, for the entertainment, maybe. Because if you guys saw me last night, my this is gonna bug me. It like looks all wrinkly and weird. I don't know. I just grabbed a thing and stuck my hair up out of my face. That's what I did. It's actually nice today. Very nice. Oh boy. What did I do? Anyway, every time I look in the mirror today, I have like hair sticking up everywhere. I've tried to fix it several times, but I can't leave it alone because I'm thinking about it. But anyway, such is life. It's a Monday. So if you're watching this first part and you do not see that live button, you're probably on the replay. So put hashtag replay that you got a chance to go back over it. And thank you for doing that. That just helps me out. Obviously, having, all the sprinkles and all the things going on. So I'm Prairie Scraps. My name is Dory Joe Stoll or Dory. And I am over at YouTube and Facebook and just hanging out here, bringing to you my experiences. Oh, which side is that? Oh, my goodness, you guys. Oh, I need to just show you the project today because my hair is something else. It's the life of a curly girl, I guess. It's clean. That's the one thing, but it doesn't look very clean. I don't know. It feels weird today. Crazy, crazy everywhere. Anyway, so if you watched late last night, my husband joined me. Today he is working. This is my work. In fact, I got out here to do my live and realized his chair was still sitting in the middle and I couldn't reach anything because it's in the middle and there's no path beyond it. So Chalk Couture just came out with a resin, a 2-part resin, and it is like my husband said this morning, he goes, it is basically odorless because he couldn't smell it sitting right here in this little camper with all the doors and everything shut. So that tells you how odorless it was actually. And you can barely smell it. So all I've heard about resin is that it smells so bad. So anyway, but you can buy odorless and Chalk Couture has brought us that. So anyway, we were talking about it and kind of working on some new projects, trying to do some experimentation. I'm very excited because there's lots of possibilities for resin. Did I ever think that I would do resin? No, I thought I was pretty much use the old stuff and, go vintage, make pretty things out of other people's trash. That's what I like to do in general. But because it came out and I was a little excited about it, I did order both molds that we carry, and you can buy the molds, you can buy the resin, but you can also buy them in a bundle. So the bundle comes with one mold and then 2 bottles, one hardener, one resin. You have to mix them to make the resin. And we have 2 different options for the molds. This is a tray, accessory tray is what it's called. And last night I poured the big part. Let me show you that nice and clear. Let me see if I can get it on there. And you can see in the middle, I've got some bubbles. I did do some popping of bubbles with a lighter. And I actually took a video. I did a better job on the black base. See, there's just a line in the middle. Those are my bubbles. I tried. I went over this a couple of times and got all the bubbles out from everywhere else. The big bubbles I did get out of the clear one, but boy, last night, I think when I was showing this, you could not see the glitter, but oh my gosh, it's fantastic in person. I wish you could see it. It is not ready to pop out. This is still only a little over 12 hours in. I did it last night at, I think, 8 o'clock. So I did the clear first with the glitter in it. All I did was glitter in that one. And then I did the black just with black velvet paste in the base. And so we're leaving this alone. I just wanted to bring this in and show you what it looks like here at 12. It's pretty, you're not going to affect it at all. This morning, of course, we got up and I went, is it wet? And it was a little wet. It was a little tacky. And of course, all of a sudden my girls came in because it was sitting at the kitchen table, hardening up. And my girls came in and they went, Mom, we could see your fingerprints. This is self-leveling, by the way. And yeah, I have a crooked surface on my kitchen table. That's where my husband wanted it to go. So I had a little black left over. It's really hard to tell how much, you have. So I had a little black left over, and I actually had enough to go all the way around the tray just on the outside. This is kind of the raised part where you put everything. This is in reverse. So the part that's going to be at the top here is actually the bottom. So it's in reverse. So it's kind of cool. So I went around the edge, but there was a small little edge. I don't know, because of the crookedness of the, there was a small little edge that kept bleeding over into the middle. And I kept trying to get it off last night. I tried several times. It kept kind of bleeding over into it. I think it was just that we were on an uneven surface. But this morning, it was still kind of like a gooey, it was sort of like bubble gum in there. And so what I did was I actually took a little X-Acto knife, and you have to be really careful. In fact, after I did it, I told my husband I did it. And he was like, I would be afraid of cutting the mold. And I said, yes, I agree. And I was trying to be very careful. And there's a very slight little scratch. I don't even know. You probably can't even tell in the mold from the knife going there. I think it's going to be okay, but I'll let you know. I maybe am trying something out and having a big fail, but we don't know. But I'm pretty excited about this so far because I was able to get the black around the edges. Now today I want to put in a clear pour on it, just clear, no glitter or anything on it. So anyway, this is the little goopy mess that I took off the edge. It's kind of got twisted, but it kept leaking out. And then it was just like this. It was a goopy kind of gummy little piece that kept leaking out. So but I did a little bit more research last night. I had to look at it, and they said you can go every 12 hours. Once it's kind of set up, you can go ahead and do another level of pour, and it will adhere and it will dry. But you just have to still wait for it to harden for 24 hours after you pour. So I'm going to pour today on this. Technically this evening, late tonight, will be ready to pop out. I may need this little area to do a pour because I don't know how I'm going to do with this clear. So anyway, that's where we're at. Also, if you guys watched last night, you saw that I was getting, I forgot one step until this morning when I looked at my piece and realized that, I don't know if you can see this, there's kind of like a little black spots in the middle. Let me see. Can I get it? It's really hard to get that. There it is. See the little black spots by my finger? Those are from my lighter. My lighter, when I was popping the bubbles, does have like all kinds of black soot on it because we light real fires around here with ours. We have wood heat. So anyway, it fell off into there. But one of the things is, if you have any sort of bugs or anything around, or you don't want to get dust or something to drop into your resin while it is hardening, you should put like a piece of cardboard over the top just to let it dry. So that is my advice to you. I did see that in the Chalk Couture video on it and completely spaced it when I was so excited about resin last night. So there's a lot of processes. Hello, Wendy. Good to see you today in the middle of the day. I am working with the resin. again, and going to do a second pour on this one. So that is what we're going to do. And then if I have extra, I may pour it into these just to have a place for the resin, because this is the one thing I think that you should try to get besides these are pretty, like in all the resin molds, these are pretty big projects. Yes, of course. And of course, I'm kind of testing it out. You might learn from my mistakes. Hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes and not have to do them. But these are pretty, like, as far as resin projects go, as I'm looking at things, besides doing like coasters, these are actually pretty large resin projects to do. So you might want to have something to put it on, put the excess on, so you don't waste any, because you don't want to waste any resin, because once it's mixed, it's going to harden and you're going to be stuck with it. So that is my advice to you. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe in a plastic cup, it would totally dry and you could use it for like a little keychain and chalk on it. That's my other thought. Just throwing it out there. So anyway, that would be another idea. But I did order the ABC mold from Amazon. If you want a link to that, I can get you that. If you want the link for all the resin stuff, or if you want to know all the supplies, go ahead and put resin down below and I will get that to you. Overall, as a designer, my husband and I were talking about it. Resin is the most expensive part of this project. And I looked online for different sources, and boy, it can be really expensive. So this is a great way to try a project. It's kind of a set project. Get the bundle. For designers, just the resin itself is like $20. So it's not too bad for designers. But of course, we get a good discount for being a designer. So if you want more information on that, let me know about that too. But that all being said, I had to go get some supplies because I had only 4 of those, clear cups that to work with. So I had to get some clear cups, and I ended up going to Dollar Tree, and I got these. I got a bigger size, and the reason for that is there are actually some lines on these. Oops, what in the world? Oh my goodness. All of my surfaces just fell. My trains fell. Everything fell. Oofda. I am balancing everything over here. All my stuff came in last night. Now I'm balancing it. And you guys saw that I had little chunks of wood from my popsicle sticks going into my project last night, and you could see little specks of it. And so that was kind of driving me crazy. So, anyway, I realized as I was talking to my husband, he's like, "Oh, that's not good. We need to get something metal to stir it up or something like that." And I'm like, "I'm not sure. Like the idea of metal and having to wash it. I want something disposable." But I did realize that these are probably 20 years old, so that's why they're kind of falling apart. And I thought about it really hard. This is probably like from when the kids were little, so it's maybe even more like 25 years old. And I might have even like taken their popsicle sticks and washed them, because back then we were just so poor. Like, you reuse whatever you can. So anyway, there was a smaller size of these with more in it, but they didn't have the lines. And I thought having these lines might help me measure out better, like how far I am. So I got the cups with the lines. These were just the $1.25, dollar something. And then, if you've been watching me do some of my applications of clear coats and of my Dixie Belle gel stains, hi, Tarina. I have been using these up. Mine look terrible. They are ripping. They're falling apart. They're cheap. So I went to the Dollar Tree as long as I was there. Oh, thank you. And picked up some of these sponge brushes. But I got to tell you something. This is my save money pointer of the day. If you're not saving it by saving your kids' popsicle sticks and washing them and using them for crafts 20 years later, I have to tell you this. I went in the craft aisle. They have sponges, a pack of sponges for $1.25, and I grabbed them. And then I couldn't find the popsicle sticks. So I thought, I'm going to go in the automotive, the mechanical automotive. There's the sanding blocks are usually there in that area of Dollar Tree. And guess what? They have in the tools section and I'm out. So I've been needing them, and I don't even have the one in here that I've been using, but they are all ripped. You know how they go through, like they have a rip. That's how all of mine on hand go. Look, and of course, you know, you can always use them because you can make anything work. Anyway, the musings of me on Monday morning, on Monday afternoon. But Dollar Tree. In the automotive aisle, they also have packs of them, packaged different. They say tool bench. The ones in the craft area say the craft, whatever the craft area says. I can't remember what their brand name is over there. The craft area has 5 packs for $1.25. The automotive area or tool area has 8 packs for $1.25. I don't know, same store, same place. You tell me. I don't understand. They look exactly the same. In fact, I thought these actually looked a little more heavy duty. So before you purchase it from the craft aisle in Dollar Tree, make sure it's not over in the tool aisle. Just a little FYI. And then, like I said, our Dollar Tree, I don't know, does your Dollar Tree have popsicle sticks? Because mine does not. And so I ended up buying the $1, and these were still marked $1, the plastic spoons. So I just got plastic spoons to do my mixing. That's just what's gonna have. It's gonna have to work because I don't want to wash. My husband was all about this. So this morning, right off the bat, oh, it's called the pink tax because we're women and we're in anything marked to women. Oh, yeah, I was just coming up with that myself. That was pretty good for a Monday, right? So anyway, I got spoons to do the mixing, and we won't have the sawdust issue anymore. And I'm gonna throw. I'm really going to throw away those popsicle sticks because I'm pretty sure they're 25 years old. Not even 20. I was giving myself the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, so let's get on to our resin pour. I'll get you down here so that you can see what I'm doing and you don't have to look at my awful hair anymore. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm so mad about that. So I am just pouring a second pour onto this one. It's been over 12 hours, so I can pour a second time. It's hardened. I even took off a little extra into my tray. This one has been also the same amount of time. Oh, and you can see, do you see that like splotch in the middle? Those are bubbles. I tried to burn them last night and they weren't going away. And I just thought, I think I'm making it worse. I don't know. So they just wouldn't go. I don't know if I overheated it. Who knows? It's there. I'm going to use the other side for my picture, I think, and then just brush over a clear coat of resin and maybe if I poured a little bit of resin on top, because I do have some room here if I need to. And I need to find, the other thing I need to find is a level source to put these on. I did add glitter. I'm not going to do it today, but oh my gosh, I didn't add that much. If you want to go back and watch that one, you can see how I did it. But oh, that glitter looks amazing. I'm so excited about that. So I don't know. And for yesterday, without doing, this is how much I have left. A little less than a half of it left. Oh, and I forgot my gloves. I got the gloves at Dollar General too, back when. So bear with me here. I'm gonna give it my all. By the way, yes, I added black velvet to the base on the board and base. So that's how it's black. And then I had excess and I used it to do the ring of the tray. So that's how we came up with this. Okay, so hardener. Did I put it in there? Yes, I did. Okay, try it again. I'm going to go halfway to the first line. And I was saying I liked these because they have lines that I can see. I couldn't tell on that very clear one. So you'll just have to trust me. So this is the hardener on this side. Hardener is a little thinner. And then resin. I feel like I'm like an expert now, right? Let's see. And this comes out a little slower. So be careful. Like if you do the resin first, you'll feel like it's going to come too fast. But I did the hardener first. And this, I'm not going to put anything in it because I want a clear coat. I just want to try it out. I saw some really awesome Like I've been going for inspiration and I have lots of ideas. I have lots and lots and lots of ideas. I'm going to do a little bit more resin. I actually looked at my levels and I think I maybe used more resin yesterday. There is really no odor. I use paste. I guess I didn't even hesitate and just used the paste. I don't know. And the other thing I wanted to say, it says to use gloves. And while I was working last night, if you watch the video, I leaned over into my board and got it all the way down my arm and it did nothing. And I'm super sensitive, so I would obviously tell you. All right, so these two are measured out. You do equal parts resin and hardener, and I would tell you if I had a reaction. And I'm pouring the hardener in because it goes faster and then I can get more of it out, I think. I don't want to leave behind all the resin and stuff. And then you just want to spend 3 to 4 minutes. I did learn something last night from one of my viewers. So if you know more and want to give me advice, I'll definitely take it. I'll try to, or if you have questions and I haven't done it, I'll definitely try it too if you want me to. So now we spend 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just going to look at the clock, or 3 to 4 minutes, I guess, mixing it easily. And also, this was the other thing, my black, set this aside. That is the hardener. My black one, I put the chalk paste in first when I was doing the original mixing. And I was trying, the second batch, I was trying to do super fast. So that's how I got so many bubbles in it. So you want to just do an easy stir on it. And then every once in a while, scrape the bottom. Instead of trying, you don't want to whip it up. You don't want to get all the air bubbles into it. Hello, Diana. Good to see you. Welcome to the page. All right. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. Just keep stirring it and keep talking, right? So anyway, even though it says to use, this is very little odor. It is, I am in a nice little area that is ventilated because I have the windows open on the camper. It's like in the 70s today. Beautiful day. What is your weather like? It's like, it sounds like rain, but no. Oh, I feel like I can't recover from my weekend yet. Just rocky starts. I struggle getting going on Monday. So I'm just doing this clear. I'm not putting anything into it. I may like pour again into this and the base and just top it off if I have extra. We'll see. But like I said, 102. Oh my gosh. Is that a temperature? 93. Holy cow. Let me look. Oh, it says 87. We're close to 93. No wonder why I'm hot here. I was like, oh, I don't need the air conditioner. I don't need the fans going. I might. I am warm. And I forgot to bring a drink out. So we're just making sure. It says when it's ready, it should kind of go to, it's like turn kind of a cloudy color, but I'm not even seeing that. It was hard to tell last night because I had glitter in it. I'm excited about the things you can put into it. Oh, 102. Wow. I don't know that we saw 102 this whole year. I don't think we hit 100 this year. We did hit the 90s for a while. That was crazy. I'm telling you, this is not good for my carpal tunnel. I'm not going to lie. That one is hurting my carpal tunnel. Good thing I'm not really playing my bass anymore. I don't know. They asked me to switch from bass to trumpet, and I'm kind of disgruntled trumpet player in the orchestra. So they're like, there's not very many parts. But no, they actually have me doubling the clarinet, and I'm not used to playing. I'm like, this is not really a part for trumpet. It's more of a clarinet. But she's like, it's fun. It's the chick chicks of boom chicks. So it's like, when you go boom chick chick, in a waltz, I'm doing the chick chicks. And I'm like, I've never done the chick chicks on trumpet. I usually have the lead part. All right. Well, this has been 4 minutes now. So we're going to go ahead and put it in, get all the little dust particles off of there, the little specks of whatever, and give it a pour. Hopefully. You do have to kind of, because it's a self-leveling, you want to put it in and then give it, you have 40 minutes to work with it, so you don't have to rush with it at all. You want to give it a little bit of time to settle out, because you can pour it higher than any, any other part of it, and you don't even realize it's filling up. Actually, this is going to be about right, maybe. I'm hoping I have enough here, because I really want this to fill up. Hopefully I'm close to level. And I do want it to go over the black and really adhere to that, because that was only up to the edge. So we want to make sure that it gets all the way around. And they say leave it for like 10 minutes. I can tell it's like leaning towards me. So they say to leave it for 10 minutes. And then do the air bubbles with the lighter on it. All right. It is lower on this side. I'm going to do this. I need a little bit of a lift here. My table, well, there's the leveling of the camper on the project in the catalog. Oh, inside of it. So they did layers, I think. So you do a thin layer of the clear and then chalk on it and then go over the top. But what I'm doing is I'm filling it up, and I'm going to do the chalking on the other side in the middle of it after I take it out after 24 hours. So this is going to be not until Wednesday that I can take this out. And I want this to be, oh yeah, it's very, the clear is kind of hard to, I guess I didn't have to over pour in this. So this will be ready this evening after 8 o'clock. So maybe I'll come on. I don't know. I'm not making promises. It's going to be hard for me to get on tonight because my husband said he's going to split the wood tonight. And he turns the splitter on right next to the camper, so it's loud. So yeah, you could do that. So it'll look like it's like inside of it. The other thing you could do is do this and then flip it over, chalk on it, and then you can paintbrush a little resin, clear resin over the top, and it again will look like it's in there. So it really depends on what you're going to do. I haven't decided. One of my downline called me this morning. So what are you going to do? How does it look? What are you doing? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know yet. Like, you're way ahead of me. I haven't even woken up yet. So I was eating my breakfast. And she was getting close to lunchtime. So she'd been contemplating it for a while. And I do see that like I've gotten a little bit of glitter from this project over here. So it didn't take very much glitter. I had this really fine glitter that I put into it, but I'm looking forward to trying some big glitter, some sparkles. I don't know. I'm looking forward to all the things that you can do. I'm gonna make sure these are tightly shut. And then this is it, other than doing the bubbles. The resin is very sticky. As you can see, I made a mess because I was trying to get that little bit off of there and I kept dripping. Sorry, I'm like hot. All right, I'm going to take the gloves off. I'm sweating. I don't know. You know, when your hands are hot, everything is hot. When your feet are hot, when your feet are cold, everything's cold, right? That's how it goes. All right, so that's about it. And all I need to do now is just kind of find a place to put this, because we are going to do a new fall project. I'm going to very carefully, I put this on one of our cardboard for a reason so that I could move it around a little bit. And you do want to overfill a little bit. I did learn that because it does sink down usually in the middle a little bit, and you're going to have a sharp edge if you don't do that. So I'm going to just, excuse me a minute here. I'm going to try it. Actually, I'm going to get up first and then grab it because, you know, I'm a little on the clumsy side, and I'm going to set this on the floor to start curing, and hopefully the camper is a little level. We'll see. We do put a leveler on it, but it's very old school. Our leveler. It's just a little bubble in. It's what came with the camper. It's just this little bubble inside a little round thing. We set it on the floor, and God knows it's had enough enhancements that you never know really what could whether it's really working or not. So all right, so that was our resin project. Thanks for hanging out for that. Oh shoot, and I didn't grab my wipes. Went into the house last night to help me clean myself up because I was making a mess. Oh, and the wipes were working to kind of clean up the mess. The black part you see is the chalk paste. It just is messy. All right, I'm getting I need to wipe everything down here because I am just a hot mess. I used burlap last week, and that's still reminiscent in here. Oh no, my resin is leaking off. I don't know if I spilled it over. Shoot. I'm going to use one of the spoons and give it a little lift on this one corner because I think it's leaking out of the mold on one side. Yikes. If you do leak, you can just let it dry and it will, well, I just used that spoon to try to scoop it up a little off the floor, but I'm going to lift it up, the board up a little bit on this side so that it is not so low and maybe a little more level. Well, it kind of reminds me of my oven all the time. You know, your oven works more efficiently if it's level, and the feet screw up. This is one for free today. Leveling of your stove, and the feet screw up so that you can get it more level. Good thing I looked over there because that is a mess and could have started leaking onto the floor. Oh my goodness. Nobody wants to resin the floor. But if you have a mat under it or on this cardboard, you let it dry. If you have one of those silicone mats, it'll just come right off. Okay. Whew. Maybe save the day. I'm going to just put this back in here. I think this is a little dangerous. And I don't want it in the camper, that's for sure. Let's see. I kind of propped that edge up. I just, like, underneath the cardboard, stuck a spoon to kind of lever it up a little bit. Oofta. Yep, everything is falling. Catch me, I'm falling. Oofta. I'm making a hot mess today. Okay. So I wanted to do a nice fall inspired activity, and actually I am planning on doing a class. This will be your class online, but if you wanted to make some fall towels with me live, message me, or message me. Let me know what days work the best for you, and we'll try to find a time. Fall has been so busy for me for doing, I usually try to do a once a month class in person here in Idaho, in Grangeville, Idaho. And the last couple of classes when we got into spring, just before summer, I ended up not being able to connect with people, and we just didn't have so many people coming. So then it was like, it felt pointless to try to keep scheduling. So anyway, I'm like, well, as soon as fall starts, I'll start back up again. But guess what? Fall has started, and I forgot about soccer season and how busy that is. So soccer season has begun, and yeah, I don't have time. But these are towels, hand towels that I got from Wally World, and they're I I I don't know about you guys, but I like to touch and feel and see my kitchen towels. It comes in a 3-pack, and these are gray and white, so they're very neutral, which I like. So what do you think? To do it fall, should I do like an orange towel? I'm going to do this in ink. What do you think? Should I do an orange color? And this is the transfer we're going to use. So this one is called Feast Mode. And it's got all kinds of great things on it. It's got the turkeys, feast mode, leftovers are for quitters, fork, knife, and spoon, gobble, gobble to you till you wobble, and let's get basted. I'm not sure I totally agree with that one, but I do think it's kind of funny. It's kind of slap happy. So, what color do you think I should do on the gray? That's my question. Should I do orange? Should I do just a black one? I was thinking orange. Just to traditional colors, right? And if you're interested in that class, just let me know because I would love to have you come over. I'll provide all the stuff you need to do the class, and we will have some fun. And you'll walk away with a fall towel or two. So hopefully, I'm trying to put this kind of center. I think it looks pretty centered with these stripes. So the stripes are right in the middle. So that's kind of nice to line it up. And I'm using our ink mat for this. So this is, you know, a fairly easy project. Because this is just going to be one color. I'm not going to do anything fancy because I personally love just kind of the single color look. We could do the browns. I don't know if brown goes with gray though. I really like the plain black. That's kind of why I got these. But I do have bark. I know I have orange peel, which is kind of a brighter orange, and I'm pretty sure I have papaya. And you could do hot mess as well on this, and it would look very cute. Just grabbing my inks. I keep my inks very separate from my chalks. Well, maybe I only have one orange. Thought I had more. There it is. I do. I do have more. And I did get a new, if you watched my unboxing last night, I did get the new Regal, which is a purple-ish. I don't know. It looks almost like a pink purple to me. Everybody loves it, though. You guys know me, I'm not a purple person. I try to use it, but now I'm like loaded in purple, so I'm going to have to find some purple. It would be really pretty for if you do Halloween, but I do not. All right. Here we go. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Should I do? I'm thinking about the leftovers are for quitters. I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is the first time I'm using this. And usually if I was using this on any other surface but fabric, I would go ahead and fuzz this before I use it. Woo, I'm losing the orange as fast as I found it. Well, maybe faster, actually. I'm losing it faster than I found it. Okay, and then it has these markings for cutting it apart. So that's what we're going to do first. And like I said, I think I'm going to start with the middle and just go right down the middle. Just because that one's the easiest one. I didn't do too bad. You guys know, if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know I cannot cut a straight line. It just goes to show you to be a crafter too if you can't cut a straight line or color straight or stay in the lines, because I can't do any of those things. This would be really cute too, actually, these two together, the gobble with the fork, knife, and spoon. But I think we're going to do Excuse me. Or should we do gobble till you wobble? Maybe I'll do gobble till you wobble. Because then orange makes sense, right? Because I actually think leftovers are for quitters, could be year round. So I'm kind of thinking that should be more like just a single color, like black or, like a neutral color. But let's try the orange. This is my first time trying on these gray stripes. I have done different, like I did a set of them with black on. They were like the checkered, and it was a little much with words. But this one, I think these words are nice and big. I'm putting it in the center so when you hang it on your stove, it will show up really nicely. All right, which one is? I'm not going to lie, I kind of like the darker papaya better, but I think I'm going to try orange peel just for kicks and giggles. So this is our ink that I'm going to be using for this project. And it is permanent. You let it set for 24 hours and then just use an iron or one of the heat tools to set it with a piece of parchment paper over the top. And this is easy peasy, great way. What a great hostess gift if you're going for Thanksgiving or even Christmas. Oh my gosh, how fun would it be to just give somebody, the hostess, a cute little towel that you made. Thoughtful and cute. And for those of you that are local, I will be at a craft fair, or if you would like to purchase, I can definitely ship this off to you. I'll let you know how that works. So there we go. And I'm thinking this is so fast and easy. I'm going to do a couple of these. I might do this whole set, right? All right. Gobble till they wobble. And you want to make sure you have all the air bubbles out. Otherwise, it doesn't turn out nice. Love it. That is really super cute. Let me show you that in just a minute. And I put this back on the backing. Ink washes off the transfers really easily with just water and a board eraser. Ooh. And there it is. Isn't that cute? So cute. Let me get that folded up. It can go through. That's why you want to have the mat. Plus the mat kind of keeps it in place. Isn't that the cutest? I love it. Looks so professional. And like I said, that was easy peasy. So gotta watch it with that ink. I don't want to get it. You don't want to get it on your clothes. You don't want to spread it around. You want to be kind of careful of that transfer that you got the ink on, because you don't want to make matters worse. This one is really cute. I love this. Okay. I think I might do this one. Is there a top and a bottom to this? I don't think so. The hems look the same. It's a thing. All right. And I'm going to go, I might go ahead and find the center point by just doing a deep fold. That'll show me where the center point is. And then I will find, I'm going to actually leave these two together because I think they're nicely spaced. I just have to be careful not to go in the middle there. I don't know why my nose is so much. I apologize. All right, we're going to do this silverware and gobble gobble. I think that showed up really nicely on this towel. And this is like a thicker towel. This is not, like a cheap flour sack towel at all. This is one of those nice towels. I just want it to be a good quality, something I would want in my house. And I actually have one of these. Somebody embroidered one. I purchased it and I've been using it in my house. The only issue I have with it. Okay, so to find the center, all I'm going to do is do a little crease on my transfer. This is a reusable transfer. There I see it. Now I lost my center point towel. And if you're worried about this line in the middle, you can tape over that And I may do that because you guys know how I am. I tend to be a little on the messy side, a little bit oopsie in the end. So I'm going to tape over it because it will go through that line right there. And I don't want it to. Of course, my tape is way at the bottom. I'm going to use this transfer tape. Oops. Well, I don't have a lot of it, actually. I'm at the end of my roll. It's not sticky all the way. I think I'm going to put it on the end, though. And if you thought you were going to go off on the edges, too, you could tape around it. You could also use painter's tape around it. You just want to be careful on the transfer. You don't want it to, like, pull off the transfer. I'm just putting that there. It doesn't stick at all, and that is finished, so I can get rid of something. I'm going to stick with this theme of the orange peel and make sure this is down really nice and good. A piece of hair, of course, because I've got hair everywhere today. And here we go. I would love this, like in a gray, this, you could take your, this, instead of doing orange on these silverware, oh my gosh, a gray or a silver. The silver has a little bit of shine to it, but just for ease today, I saw that spoon come up a little bit, so I want to make sure I don't get it pushed underneath. My orange peel is a little bit on the dry side. I've had it for a while. We've used it for a lot of projects, and because you don't use very much, but it's okay. It's kind of like if you needed to thin it out a little bit, you want to just be careful not to thin it too far because it will cause it to leak underneath when the ink is too thin. So I try to use it till it absolutely does not work anymore for me. And even this way, it doesn't affect it whatsoever when it's a little bit jellied, a little bit chunky. It's kind of like me, a little chunky. All right. Guess I try to dip that into the wrong side of the squeegee. And this is totally 100% reusable, like up to 12 times. And I find when you do the ink, you can take your time. Chalk, sometimes you have to work fast so it doesn't dry in the transfer, but that is not a problem with the ink. It does not stick to the transfer. So it's kind of a nice medium to work with. I'm going to always check your fingers to make sure you get the ink off your fingers before you peel it, because you just never know. And I did have a little bit of ink on my fingers. So as per usual, I'm a mess, a hot mess. All right, so I'm going to take this off. And hopefully my spoon did not leak. It didn't. Yay. I think that is adorable. I love it. Gobble, gobble. Love it. Actually, the knife kind of leaked a little bit. If you were to get like a little splotch off to the side, you can get it off. But I've found that if you make a boo-boo with the ink, it's pretty much permanent. I think it gives it a little bit of character in this case. We're leaving it. We're not going to do anything to it. Let me hold that up for you carefully. You don't want to go back on it because it will mar up places. So here is towel number 2. Oops, trying to get it. And these towels are nice and thick that they are not going through at all. Isn't that the cutest? That would look so cute on your stove for Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. Or your dishwasher. I actually bought a dishwasher purposely with the handle so I can hang my towels there. I'm sorry, but I do not need a handleless. First of all, I'm too old. I can't find the way to open a dishwasher without a handle. But that's just my own issue, I guess. I'm old. I can't help it. And I can't find it. But 2, the biggest thing was I was like, I like my towels drying on my dishwasher because the dishwasher is always right next to the sink. And so it, to me, makes sense to have it right next to it. Okay, I'm thinking about doing this last one. I'm going to do it in black, I think. black or it's white, so maybe I should do it in brown. What do you think? I'm going to do bark. It is a beautiful color, bark. Almost in an orange color. So we're going to do that. Just keeping it simple today. I was just talking to somebody today, and she was saying she didn't do anything real fancy for her birthday, but I was like, sometimes the simplicity of life, just, you know, spending time with family and friends, keeping things simple, that is exactly what we need to do. I find as I'm getting older, the simpler the better. All right, so again, I'm going to open up this towel. I guess the nice thing about going ahead and doing more of a general theme, even with the brown like that, I think it's going to make it so that it is usable year round. Okay, so there's my middle. You don't want to stretch it out too much. You want it to just lay flat on your mat. That holds it in place, that keeps your design still too. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. And Kirsten. Maybe I should do. I'm going to do leftovers are for quitters. Is brown too much commitment? Is it too much commitment? Is it committing to some decoration? To me, brown is like the new neutral. I don't know. Maybe it's always been a neutral. Maybe that's what they were thinking in the 70s when they used it on everything. It's neutral. It was too much back then, right? I guess you could get too much brown. How are you today? It's actually kind of warm here in the Idaho in the camper. All right. So, don't go back there. Don't leave me. Okay. To find the middle of your transfer, all I do is I fold it in half on the non-sticky side. So kind of backwards so that you could find the middle portion of it. And that helps to just, you know, it's evenly spaced on the transfer. So all you have to do is lay it down. And then we're going to get it stuck down really nice and well. This might be my older mat. I have a couple of mats, and I think they've gotten mixed up a little bit. I try to keep my newest one on top, so I use that. Oh, I don't even have bark open. Look at that. Look at that. All right. It is time for sure. I'm just going to get as much as I can off that lid and put it back in because we can totally use it all. I didn't know we hadn't used bark at all. Interesting. There we go. And then try to get it back in the container before we bring it over here. All right. Doesn't that look like chocolate? It does. All right. You could also do that turkey, I think would look really cute, as well as the fork, knife, and spoon on napkins. Wouldn't that be beautiful to just make some napkins with those? Also, if you wanted to do t-shirts for kids for Thanksgiving, that turkey is good. And you could put the feast mode on it. That would be really cute. All right. I'm going to check my fingers, make sure I don't have any chocolate on there. No licking my fingers either. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. I'm good. My son moved his bed out, so I have a full room. Oh, awesome. Is it a craft room? Blue tape with an N on chocolate, so I know it hasn't been opened. Oh, that's a good idea. If only I were that organized. Actually, usually I keep my unopened ones in the house so they don't get affected by weather because I'm out here in the camper. So I have a whole container of just the new brand new ones. Okay, so this is going to go in the house to get washed. I'm checking my resin. It doesn't look, it did leak off a little bit. I don't know if it's just uneven or what. I'm making a mess with my resin. All right. I'm going to close this up and get this out of the way. Try to get as much off as I can to use for a later time. And those all wash. It's all reusable, so I can make tons of these as much as I want. Leftovers are for quitters. I love it. It looks so good, you guys. It looks so good. Tell you what, and there's no weeding. This is a no weed zone. I do not have the patience for weeding. I don't know how people have that kind of patience. I don't. I can't do it. All right, I'll get this turned around for you so you can see it better. And then we will go in the house and set up our Isn't that cute? So cute. This I will let it dry for 24 hours, and then tomorrow I will go ahead and give it an iron with parchment paper as hot as it can go. And it will be heat set so you can wash and dry this. It does not come off. It doesn't peel off. It doesn't just fall off. It's totally going to be stuck. It's inked on there forever and ever. Isn't that beautiful? I just had this thought. That was ink that I used, right? I was like, I didn't use a non-ink. Oh yeah, it's ink. Like, did I just use a chalk? Because if you use chalk for the same purpose, it is not permanent and will come out in the laundry. So it's really kind of a cool little medium to use. I think it's so much fun to just ink. You can make baseball caps. You can make t-shirts. You can make towels. You can make napkins, all kinds of things, and personalize it. Plus, what a great little gift for a hostess. So anyway, thanks so much for joining in. Just make sure that you do all the things for me. Subscribe, like. I'm over at YouTube at Prairie Scraps, as well as Facebook. Prairie Scraps, and if you're not in my private group, let me know. Put VIP. If you want the supply list for these little towels that I made 3 of them, not very expensive at all to make. That just put turkey for that, and I will get that out to you. And if you want the supply list for the resin, put resin, and I will get that to you. Yeah, that is a great. I need to do that too, but I don't. All right, we will see you for sure on Thursday if I can wait that long. Otherwise, kind of check back, because I may come back on and do some more resin, because I'm pretty excited about this new resin project going on in my house. And I'm so excited for these great little towels for the Thanksgiving season, the fall season. Gobble, gobble. And it's a knife, spoon, and fork. And then gobble till you wobble. Isn't that cute? Those are the 3 I did. And have a very blessed evening, and make sure you keep on crafting.